After quite a rude interruption from my brother, I can finally talk about this lovely build that I have for you today. It all started out with a freeform base. So shocking, I've never done one of those before. So then I built some foliage on the top of this little section of the base here that I'm working on. And I also added another slab of 2x4 bricks and a bunch of other bricks, because I know you don't care to see me just stack those bricks. Here we're also adding some more dirt to, be consistent and stuff, because that's kind of important in LEGO MOCs. I don't want one section to be more detailed than the other sections, because that would just look like poor craftsmanship. Speaking of poor craftsmanship, this desert section on the back, I'm literally building the building tan. I don't even know what I was thinking with that desert section. But now I have a path and a pine tree you never get to see. And we're already on to our next clip with me building a window. Yeah, it's a pretty basic window, but it has some nice snot, my favorite technique in LEGO. Surprise, surprise. I use it a ton, and I've definitely made this type of window kind of before. And then I'm adding some black flower pots of 2 different sizes, because I really like to have that nice detail on it, using those Erling bricks or whatever you call them. And yeah, I'm pretty much adding some finishing details with some tiles, actually adding in some flowers to add some life again. And we're also moving on to our door design. Ooh, totally didn't see that one coming. I have a nice round door frame, nice medieval style, because I'm building a cottage, having some round pillars that you can kind of see into the build. That wasn't very smart of me. I'm adding a rod on the back so I can actually connect the door, which, as you can see, will be kind of a struggle for me. I tried some different methods, but this clip was pretty much just disastrous. I couldn't get that thing on, but finally I learned the Jedi ways, and yay, I did it. Congratulations myself. I totally didn't build this beforehand and figure that out then. I guess I don't really learn from my mistakes. Anyway, there's my door. Looks pretty cool in my opinion. Now moving on, once again, to our fireplace. Look at that. I'm adding some more snot using those lovely, lovely snot bricks. And as you can see, it looks pretty crazy detailed with the little, stuff on the mantle, like the melty fireplace and that Nautilus sea finding thing. And then we're gonna have to add a back, because we both need an interior and an exterior, which will soon be not relevant because I'm too lazy to do the upstairs interior. But that's a little bit of a spoiler. Now we're gonna make our house, and placing down that fireplace, adding some cornerstones using that snot once again. I use snot way too much, but it is so satisfying. And of course, this build has to be symmetrical on all sides, so I have to add 2 to the back as well. Look at that, I'm such a talented builder. But it's not very talented is my math skills. Actually, I'm pretty decent at math. But no one cares about that, because I built the side an odd number of studs due to the 3-wide fireplace, and the front an even number of studs, and I don't want to spend any money, so I have to use the 1x2 bricks that I got at the Pick-a-Brick wall. So that caused a lot of problems, so I just tried to cover it up with a drain spout or whatever. And as you can see, we're adding some more details that we built beforehand onto the MOC, and some lanterns, because you always gotta have those lanterns, even if it's not historically accurate. I'm not even going for historically accurateness. No one even really cares about history, do they? Oh. Probably shouldn't have said that. I'm starting to get controversial. Anyway, we're adding another one of those windows we built beforehand into the MOC. Look at that, it just slides into place. And building some walls, building some more walls, filling the space so you can see me build the MOC. And look at that, just slide right into place. So satisfying once again. And now we're moving on to some interior details. Oh, so fun. I actually kind of hate building interiors. That's why most of my MOCs don't even have them. So, yeah, I tried to stretch my brain a little bit for this one. It's kind of like a desk that a chair can't even really fit into. I have some butterbeer or whatever, because that fantasy vibe, right? And we're also going to build a little bit of a flower pot bedside table weird thing for the living room, even though it's not a bedroom. And there we go. So we're also gonna finally build a rocking chair, you know, because you always gotta have those in the old fancy houses. Whew, this is a real struggle. I have to talk for a long time. Anyway, we're adding some sides to the rocking chair, and I think it turned out pretty well. You can actually rock it. Look at that. That's like a little play feature. I'm practically a Lego designer at this point. And of course, I'm just showing the stuff off, and I'm putting it into the build. So now, time for the upstairs details. Ooh, of course I built them before the actual house too. And I'm adding the chimney. Look at that. I'm using some ice cream pieces. That is some NPU for you. Nice parts usage if you didn't even know that, if you weren't in the Lego community. And yeah, building a window now. Having a nice frame of some snot bricks as usual. Adding some different textures with the different types of studs and tiles for kind of the side squares or whatever you want to call them. Add a little jumper plate detail at the top and a rail to attach a nice flag that I got in this ship in a bottle set. I really appreciate that pattern. Looks really cool. Now we're gonna add some little like miniature roof detailing. I don't even know what it's called when you have like the little tiny roof, but yeah, I am making a sand green roof for the main roof, and we're also gonna add a big old telescope. So this was actually quite a complex build because I essentially built my own ball joint. If you don't know what a ball joint is, I'm gonna put a picture of it, or maybe not. Maybe I'm feeling lazy when I'm editing this. Anyway, look at that. Look at that big old telescope. It looks so beautiful. It looks so detailed. And I also use these little click hinges that I literally never use for the frame of the roof, which actually turned out to be pretty weak. But yeah, now I'm adding these slope pieces. I originally got them for this mock that I never actually finished. So I'm just adding them as kind of not really supports, but more just to fill in the space for the roof so it doesn't look like a big old like hole, and I don't want my house to be like really drafty. So I'm adding another window, and then we're gonna head over and add some of our supports for the roof. Even though they didn't really help out that much, I made some modifications so they'd actually like hold on the roof. So that's really helpful. I'm also building something, can't even see what oh, yes, the roof horns, as I like to call them. They really kind of just added detail, hanging off the roof, making it look like a Viking house or whatever. They also have this really cool like circular design on them, and they just kind of blend into the roof. Not really for any type of functional purpose for an actual house, but they kind of look like a rhino horn or whatever, and I personally think that's actually kind of cool. So I'm now adding them on. See, I have some more struggles. Lego can be very hard, you know, hard on the emotions, okay? And I'm also adding in that telescope, which was also a struggle. But you know what's not a struggle is additional roof supports. Look at that. It just bridges across the two little roof horns. And I kind of lost the one ice cream piece, so my chimney's just gonna have to have the one. And moving on, I have these two wonderful roof designs that I didn't care to build on camera because I accidentally made one stud wider than the other one, but I progressed past my difficulties. The moral of this story is, learn from your mistakes, kids, and just build cool mocks, okay? I'm putting on these roof designs, and the mock is ready. So I hope you enjoy the video. If you would, please like and subscribe. That would really help me out and let me to continue and build these epic-ish things. So yeah, bye.